All right, so I'm helping an agent out run an ROV, which is a reconsideration of value for an appraisal that came in super low. This is the way that I do it to present it to the lender. It's worked in the past. Hopefully, it will work now. I'm not expecting us to get a reconsideration that's going to come in at our contract price, but hopefully it'll come in a little bit better than where it landed to start. So the property that we are doing this for is zoomed in way too much. This one right here, 215 Stacy Street. It was listed at $175,000, and they are under contract right now for $190,000, and the appraisal came in at $145,000. So $45,000 low, $30,000 under what it was listed at. Yeah, not great, not a great situation. So I have the comps that the appraiser used. So one of the things that I'm going to want to do here is explain why I think that they shouldn't be used, and the ones that I'm going to use should be used. Obviously, trying to get the value to go up, so I'm going to find comps that sold for more. So let's start with that. Let's get our value worksheet ready to go. If you don't have this from me, I can email it to you anytime. This is how I run comps for pretty much everything. This is the way I was taught. I was taught by appraisers how to do this. If you go to any appraisal class, this is generally something like this is what you're going to see. It's going to be how they teach you to run your comps. So let me see if I can get my cheat sheet up as well in the background, so I can have that. And need appraisal adjustments here. So these adjustments here that you're going to see how we use them in a minute. So start by renaming this. Save as 215 Stacy Street. Value worksheet. Save it. And we're going to enter our subject property. Subject property is always the property that you are comparing to. It's 215 Stacy Street. For this column here, make this bigger in case this helps. For this column here, you want to do just talk about you're just going through the motions here, filling out what your property is so you can reference it for the comparable sales. You'll hopefully see how that works when we get through here. So condition for our property is fair. Just looking through the pictures, it's good, decent. Kitchen's got stainless steel appliances. It's lived in, not in the best condition. Decent paint colors, no central air. Typical. So we'll do fair. Bedrooms, it's 3. Baths, it's 1.5. One full bath, 1 half bath. Square footage is 1280. Is there a basement? No. Finished basement? Obviously no. No garage. There is looks like you want to call it a sunroom? Let's see what they call it. Screened patio. Screened patio. In-ground pool? No. Fireplace? Doubt it. Look. No fireplace. Attached or semi-attached? It is semi. It's end of row is what this is. This is a row home. This matters. Very important to get that right. So I can see down here this is one of many. So it's an end unit row home. So we can't compare this to a single family home. All right, so now we're going to look at comps. So this is the easiest way to do it. I'm just going to start over here. So you're going to go to search, residential sale. We're going to do a half a mile radius search of our, now I can go smaller with this now, do half a mile radius search around our subject property, so 215 Stacy Street, Burlington. Let me just shut this door. Half a mile of 215 Stacy Street, Burlington. Okay. Next, that's it. We're going to do uncheck coming soon, uncheck active. I already looked, so normally I would leave them just so I had an idea if there's something that's on the market that maybe it might go under contract. If I really need to, I'm going to call the listing agent for that property and say, hey, did you get any offers yet? So we're going to do pending and close within the last 6 months, which it does by default. And I can see right now I have 58 matches within half a mile of my subject property that match the criteria that I put in so far. So next thing I'm going to do is price. So ours came in at 145. The appraisal came in at 145. I know that's low. Honestly, I honestly believe that's really low. So I'm going to just do 160 to 220 for comps. Okay, now we're down to 20, and then ours is a 3-bedroom. So I'll do 2 to 4. We have 13 bedrooms now. 13 matches, excuse me, now. So I'm going to go to map. And here we go. These are our comps. So this red dot here is ours. This is our subject property. That's the location of it. So now I'm just going to start to click on these and look for good comps. So clicked on this one. This is not a good comp. I see immediately that it's 2,000 square feet. That's 800 square feet bigger than ours. And appraiser's typically not going to go more than 10% difference in square footage. So we can immediately eliminate that. We have this one here that's pending, 1,700 square feet, and it's pending, and it's a twin. I'm going to say no to this one. This one right here, 451 Mary Street, Burlington. This is 185, 1,200 square feet, 3-bed, 2 baths, 185. This is going to be our best comp, I bet. I'm going to check that one off. Next, we have a 3-bed, 1-bath, and I believe the appraiser, yes, the appraiser used this as a comp, so I'm not going to use it now. 110 East Federal, 1,400 square feet, 3-bed, 1-bath. I'll check it off, and maybe we'll use that and keep going. Another 3-1. This is a twin for 1,100 square feet, 102 Juniper. I'll check that one off. We'll see. Maybe I'll use it. 124 Juniper. This pending, so I'm not going to use it because I don't know what it's going to sell for. This one is a single, looks like 1,800 square feet, so that's too big. 175, 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,300 square feet. No brainer. 208, 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet. Just not going to be able to do that. 205, 1,500 square feet. It's a twin. All right, maybe we can get away with using this one because we really want to have 3 comps. And then this one on Pearl Street. I'm just not even going to bother with this one. We'll check it off and see. So, all right, so now I've got the comps that I'm going to want to use. I'm going to go to Refine. I'm going to click Narrow. So now I'm down to just the 6 comps that I used. I'm going to go to Results here, and I'm going to look at them like this. Now I want to decide which comps I'm going to use. So let's figure out our first comp. I like to do the highest one first. So I need to pick 3. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. I need to pick 3 of them. Let me just go through these here and decide. 1,500 square feet. This is a nice house. This is in great condition, obviously. Hardwood floors. I bet you they have central air. I want to use this comp for obvious reasons, right? It really brings up the value if I can get the appraiser to understand why I would use it. But I just feel like the appraiser would not use this comp. If I'm being honest, I just can't see, the appraiser using this comp. And it's a twin. If I have to, I want to use this, I'll have to just sit on it for now because I just feel like I'm going to annoy the appraiser if I use this comp. He's just going to be like, this is garbage, especially if it's the first comp that he sees. So maybe what I could do is do the lowest comp first and then do this one last. I don't want him to open up this sheet and look at the first property that I'm using as a comparable and it be a property that he saw and was like, this is a bad comp. So, but it did just sell, so that's helpful. What else? Does have central air and it does have a basement. I really feel like I've got to, as much as I want to use this one, I've got to skip it. So I'm going to go to the next one. Okay, I know I want to use this one, so I'm going to just start putting the information in for it. So 451 St. Mary Street, Burlington, closed for $185,000. Does have a basement, that sucks, but okay. All right, so next, is there any seller credit? So this is how you do this. Fill in each cell here as you go down. Take your time. I could run through this pretty quick because I've done it a million times. It's going to take you some time to do this the first few times. So look on the left. What are we filling in? For 451 St. Mary Street, we need the sales price. Okay, get that in bright. Sold for $185,000. Done. Next, seller credits. Are there any seller credits for this house? So we scroll down to the bottom and we can see concessions. No. That's awesome. There were no concessions. So we can leave that as 0. Next, what's the condition of this one? All right, so it looks like I wouldn't, has solid surface counters. All right, it's in a little bit better condition than ours, maybe a little bit better condition. So we have to give this one we have to take away some value from ours. So what we need to do is decide how much are we going to use for condition. So I actually like to use that cheat sheet better. So just bear with me here. Hopefully this will make sense. So we're trying to figure out how much value we're putting in the condition for this house, which is better. So we need to add if the subject is superior and subtract if the comp is superior. So since the comparable sale, the comp, is superior in condition than 215 Stacy Street, we need to subtract a value for the condition. So we're going to jump over here. I'm going to see. All right, condition. Upgraded bath, kitchen. Yeah, I mean, we have kind of all of this stuff. Flooring, bath. We have all of that in here. So if you look here, we did $2,000 for a kitchen, $1,000 for a bath, $1,000 for the flooring. All right, and that's in this under 100,000. We're in this price range here, 100 to 200,000. So we're looking at 3,000, 1,500, 1,500. That's 6,000 there in difference. And then over here, you can see I have like condition. You can give 5 to 25,000. It varies greatly depending on the conditions. The biggest variant here, right? So I'm going to go with that. Here's the thing, between us, I don't want to take away a lot of value from this property, because if I do that, it's going to lower what the projected sales price for Stacy Street's going to be. So I'm going to do 5,000 for condition. Okay, so I'm taking 5,000 away from Mary Street for condition. Now bedrooms are the same. So it's three bedrooms, right? So we have a $0 change there. Full baths, there are 2 full baths here, and only 1 full bath on ours. And we have 1 half bath, so we need to give a value. Again, we need to take away a little bit of value from St. Mary Street here because it's better than our house. And you just have to use your judgment. I'm going to say that this full bathroom that this one has is, where is the bathroom? I want to know where it is. 2 full bathrooms, ceramic, blah, blah. I want to know where the second full bath is. It looks like it's downstairs. Is it downstairs? Laundry, full bath 1, full bath 2, full bath 1. So it looks like the full bathroom 1 is on the first floor, which doesn't give us a lot of value. Having a full bathroom on the first floor is okay. Like, it's nice. It's definitely nicer than just having a half bath there. It's common in older homes. I have a full bath on my first floor, but it's not going to be worth as much money as if you had it on the second floor. Right? I mean, nobody wants to run up the steps in their towel after showering or whatever to go get changed on the second floor. So we're going to do $2,500. We'll do the minimum amount actually we'll do $2,000 because it's kind of in between, full bath and half bath. So we'll subtract $2,000 from value from St. Mary Street, because we're going to say that if our property, Stacy Street, had a full bath on that first floor instead of a half bath, that 215 Stacy Street would sell for $2,000 more. That's the reason why you're doing this. So maybe that'll make more sense as we continue to go through. So square footage is 1,280 on ours, and it's 1,238 here. It's with 50 square foot difference, not even 42 square feet. I'm still going to use it because our property is bigger. So I'm going to figure out what the difference is in square foot exactly here, and it's 42. So I'm going to do equals 42 square feet times $25 per square foot, right? And hit enter, and I get $1,000. We added $1,000 to ours for the square footage difference. All right, next, is there a basement? Yes, there's an unfinished basement in this property, right? Make sure that it's unfinished. Fully finished? No, I don't want to see that. Let's see here. I didn't notice that in the pictures unless I'm blind. Wonder if this bathroom is in the basement now. No pictures of the basement that I can identify here. I wonder if this is all... Well, I can see in the first floor... I'm looking for windows. Okay, so laundry is clearly on the main level. Or upstairs, because I have a full window. And I'm going to tell you right now, an appraiser is not doing this much work. So hopefully the appraiser doesn't see this video. Full bathroom 2. I feel like this full bathroom, it's dark in here. I feel, man, but no, it's right behind the laundry room. So if it's behind the laundry room, it's got to be on the first floor. I don't buy that this basement was finished. I just feel like I don't buy it. What's it say in the description? Brand new washer and dryer in the main level, ceiling spotlights all over both levels, deck and backyard, quiet street with plenty of parking. So this is what we do. Call the agent. Zero shot he picks up, but try anyway. If he doesn't pick up, we'll leave him a message, and I'm also going to call this guy Mikey because he's from KW. Hello?
Anwar, Carlos, your call is very important to me. Please leave a brief message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Hey Anwar, what's going on? This is Jim Stofey with KW Morristown. I'm just trying to get a little bit of information from the listing you just sold in Burlington, 451 St. Mary Street. I'll shoot you a quick text. I just want to know if that basement is in fact fully finished. That's what it says in the listing. I'm trying to bump up an appraisal I had that came in low on a property around the corner from there, and it would help me if you could just let me know. Is that basement really fully finished, or was it unfinished? You could text me or call me, 267-664-6943. Any info would be appreciated. Thank you. Alright, next is this guy here.
Please leave your message for 856676366.
Try that one again. Oh, maybe it was just me.
Hello?
Hey Mikey, what's going on? This is Jim Stofey with KW Morristown.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I just have a real quick question, I appreciate any insight you can give me. 451 St. Mary Street that you just sold in Burlington. Was that basement finished?
That basement was not. It was like painted floors and painted walls. Nothing's really finished now.
Okay, all right. It just says that it is in the listing, and I have a property around the corner that the appraisal came in low, and so that actually is really helpful for me to know.
Awesome.
Trying to get it bumped up.
Glad I
So.
could help.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, see ya. Leave it to the KW agent to pick up, right? All right, so I'm going to note that. I'm going to say, listing states basement is fully finished. I called the listing and buyer's agent. I'm getting a call right now, but I don't think it's related to this. All right, listing states that basement is fully finished. I called the listing and buyer's agent and confirmed that the basement is not finished at all, and that was a mistake in the listing. The basement is unfinished. That just right there could have cost $10,000 in value in this consideration here. So I'm really glad I made those calls. Now I can explain that to the lender and the appraiser, and that will be helpful for us. So we're going to definitely take away $5,000 because it does have a basement, but we don't have to do anything for the unfinished. We don't have to do anything for the finished basement number here. So now, moving on. Garage, patio, in-ground pool, fireplaces. I'm going to just leave them all zeros because it's pretty similar to our listing. All right, so end of row, also the same here, so zero. So we're taking away $10,950. So the adjusted value of 451 St. Mary Street is $174,050. So what does that tell us? Our property appraised at $145,000. So after making adjustments to a very similar property, we learned that the appraisal or the list price or whatever for Stacy should have come in right around where it was listed, $175,000, $174,000. So my mind honestly feel that appraisal came in super low for Stacy. So, and this helps us justify that. So now we need to move on to comp number 2. I'll move a little bit faster through these. So I want to use this one as well. 204 West Union Street. All right, this closed as well for $175,000. Seller credits down here, no seller credits, so that's a 0. Condition. This is nicer rehab, so I'm going to call this the same as, I'm going to do the same thing. Be uniform, so $5,000. Bedrooms. We have it being as a 3-bedroom, so we're $0 there. It's got 1 full bath, so we're 0 there, but it has no half bath. So ours does. So I'm going to give ours $2,500 value, since we have a half bath and this one doesn't. Definitely going to give it the top end of the value there because we have a half bath on the main level. That's huge, right? Nobody wants to have just one bathroom in the house. So your guests, whatever, they got to run up the steps into the bathroom that you use every day, to get ready or whatever, use the bathroom. So square footage, this is 1344. Since we made the adjustment for this one, now I feel like we need to make the adjustment for this one. So 1344 square feet minus 1280 square feet is how big ours is. Gives us 64 square footage difference. So we do equals 64 square feet times 25 per square foot is 1600. Except this one's nicer, or this comp is bigger, so we need to subtract this, right? Subtract if the comp is superior. Comp is bigger, comp is superior. We subtract $1,600. Basement, yes. Ooh, also just notice there's central air here. All right. Has central air, so I'm going to give it another 2,500 here on this value. We're going to call it 7,500. Actually, probably could get away with a little bit less than that, minus 7,000. So here's the school of thinking with anything here. Most of these comps don't have central air, so it's not going to add as much as, let's say out of 10 comps, 9 have central air, and yours doesn't, it's going to be huge on value. That means people in the neighborhood expect central air. But here, since there's no central air anywhere, it's not expected, so it's not going to have as big of an impact on value. Fun thought as a realtor or as an investor or a rehabber when you're trying to come up with your after repair value. So basement, again, there's a basement here, 5,000. Is the basement finished? We have to play this game again. Basement, yes. Basement full. I'm going to say that this is not finished. So we can leave it as 0 for that, right? I'm zooming through these pictures here now. I'm trying to get done with this. So 0 on the basement, 0 here, patio, deck, all this. I'm just going to say 0, and it's the same. It's it's a row. I want to know, where does it fall in the row? So what I'm going to do is interior row townhouse. Good. So that means, so first off, we can't see that because there's no picture of it. So no picture. Wait, what did I just mess up here? No, I'm going to note this because I want the appraiser to read it. I'm going to put it in my email. No picture of the front of the house. However, it is an interior row, which is sub-inferior to our end of row subject property. So I'm going to Google Maps this real quick, and I'm going to attach the picture in an email. 204 West Union Street. I think that sometimes you overcomplicate and you're like, Google Maps, like, well, I wouldn't have thought to do that because I wouldn't have originally. But it's going in front of a person, and that person, it's an opinion of value. So is this going to influence their opinion? Possibly. So here we go. We can see the interior row here. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and I'm going to attach this in my listing, in my email. Picture of listing attached in email. I meant to say picture of front of house attached in email. Okay. And that's it. So our adjusted value for this one was 163.9. Again, it's super low. Like, I'm not saying that Stacy Street should have appraised at $190,000, which was the contract price, but I am saying that it should not have appraised for $145,000. Also, I didn't give it any value for this, so I have $2,000 to $3,000 here for value. Let me see what I have over here. Can I fight for a little bit more value than that? Corner property, upgraded bath, upgraded kitchen, square footage, basement. No, not really. I'm going to give it value. I'm just going to give it $3,000. So we'll take it and we'll give it $3,000 in value. Okay, Winton Street. This is old. So all right, next one. Need to get one more comp. All right, this is a twin. We didn't want to use the twins. I was told by the lender not to use twins if I can help it, because the appraiser really didn't. So this sold for 165. Oh man, this is dated. I wonder if we have pictures of this. Crap, I hate when there's not pictures. And we look at the history of the listing and see if it was listed before. It was listed in 2013. Let's see if we can get the pictures from 2013. So I'll click on this here. And we have 13 pictures of the inside. I'm going to use this because ours is nicer. I'm going to call this an interior row. It's a 13, it's a 3-1. It does not have central air. Love it. We're going to use this comp as our last one. So 38 West Pearl, Pearl Street. Closed, 465,000. Any concessions? No. See, no concessions right there, so that's a 0. Condition, ours is nicer than this one. We're using the 2013 pictures. I don't care. Based on the 108 in 2013 and 165 now, I'm going to say it's probably not crazy. Better. I hate when agents do this. They take the pictures off the listing after it sells, or they sell it off market and they don't put the pictures up. So it really it doesn't help us. And the appraiser might have used this comp if it had pictures, but it doesn't, so we probably skipped over it if he even saw it. So we're going to have to just use our judgment from the 2013 pictures. We're going to say that the condition in ours is better. We're going to give ours. We'll do, ours isn't great, but it's good. I would say maybe we can do we'll do in the middle of these two, because this one was rehab, this one was good. We'll do in the middle. We'll do 6,000 in value. I'm just throwing a number at it and hope that it sticks. So 3 bedrooms, it's the same, so that's a 0. Baths, again, we're in the same exact as the last one. So we have a half bath extra on ours. We'll give us 2,500 for that. And then square footage, this is my blind, 1524. I don't love that. So 1524. First off, times 0.9 it's not within 10 foot of the square. It's not within 10%. I'm still going to use it though. Minus 1280 gives us 244. So equals 244 square feet times negative 25. This is bigger. So that's $6,000 adjustment there in value. Basement, yes. So we're going to do minus 5,000. There's just no shot that this is a finished basement, so we'll leave it a 0. Garage, patio, deck, and we're going to leave all that deck and all that stuff done. So 162,400 is our adjusted value here, and then we're going to do 3,000 because this is an interior row. No pictures in recent listing. Looking at previous listing indicates property is in poor condition in both interior and exterior. Alright, so these are our 3 comps. I'm done with this. Now I'm going to prepare my email. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to save this as a PDF. And so, alright, let me just explain this then real quick. So I'm moving fast because I've been doing this for almost a half hour now. Alright, so what we have here is a CMA. This is a CMA. I would have done the exact same thing for my seller if they said, hey, what do I price my listing at? And here's what I would do. I would have done this work and I would have said, here's our range. Our range is between $165,000 and $174,000. That's our range of what I would anticipate your property to sell or appraise for. Now, it's a strong seller's market, so guess what? I'm going to say you could probably list towards the high end or at the high end. So we could do a 174.9 and wink, wink, this property, our property, Stacy Street, was listed at $175,000. Or I would say if you want to sell quicker or just have that conversation, we could list it at a lower price. It probably would be more attractive to the market if you listed it lower, but 174.9, 175, it's a great price. So the average of the 3 adjusted comparables is $168,000. That's right around where I'd expect the appraisal to come in at, or where I'd expect you to land for the price. But anywhere in there, we should be good to go. I would send this over to the seller along with the comps that I used, which, by the way, I need to download for this. So the 3 that I used are St. Mary, 204 West Union, 38 West Pearl, and I want to print these actions. I'll print, and then I want to do agent full, and I'm going to do print to PDF, and I'm going to save them. I'm going to download them right here. I'm going to do 215 Stacy Street ROV comparables. Save it to the downloads. Go up here, create an email. So we're going to send this to the lender and the other agent. Okay, so I'm going to attach the comps. I'm going to save this as a PDF. You know, if you know me, you know I'm trying to do everything as concise, professional as I possibly can, so there's no confusion. The last thing I want to do is send the appraiser 3 different emails with the comps spread out and the ROV 30-page. No, cut to the chase. Here's the 2 documents. Here's my bullet points on why I'm right and you're wrong. So I'm going to save this as a PDF. I'm going to save this to my downloads. Let's save my downloads. Let me just put this in here, okay? And then does it look good? It does look good. All right, so here's what I'm going to say. So here are the comparables we used. I firmly believe the price reflected in the appraisal does not reflect the current market value of 215 Stacy Street. Bulleted list. Comp 1, 451 St. Mary Street. Alright, so I'll give a little bit of notes. So I'm going to go back in here and I want to look at it. I really want to try. I'm trying for you here, Rachel. I want to get this value up for you. So this is probably, I am surprised this comp wasn't used and another on the street was. They are similar, very similar homes. This is, in my opinion, the best comparable for 215 Stacy Street. No central air, similar condition. I sold a month ago. Alright, next. Comp 2, 204 West Union Street. We're going to say has central air. West Union. Big thing to note here is the listing. No, I gotta go back to St. Mary, that's on this one. Big thing to note here is the listing states the basement is finished, and I called the agents to confirm the basement is not finished in this home. As central air rehab, so I have to subtract value. Big thing to note here is listing. Alright, so we're good. Otherwise, interior row. Comp 2, so comp 3. 38 West Pearl Street. Again, interior row. This home sold recently and the agent took the, oh right, I got to attach this as well, the screenshot, right? No picture of the front of the house in bright, so I attached a screenshot or a picture. I don't need to tell them it's a screenshot of Google Maps, right? They'll figure that out on their own. And so I attached a picture here of the exterior front. Here's that picture. Please. Thank you. Again, interior room. So recently, agent took the pictures and description off the MLS. I went digging and discovered in an old listing the condition is poor comparatively. With this being said, I do not support a value of 190 on the appraisal contract price. However, 145,000 is very low. There are 13 comparable, there are more comparables. I'm just going to leave it at that. What I want to say is there are more comparables over 160,000 than there are under 160,000, which is the truth, but I don't want the appraiser to just bump this up to 160. I want him to bump it up to 175, 180. I want him to bump it up right to where my value is on that sheet. So the other thing I'm going to say is, so here, let me look at these real quick and let's see if we want to put any notes in to say why he shouldn't have used these comps. So 470, these are the comparables again that that the appraiser used to value the property. So 470 St. Mary. All right, this is one that he used. So this sold for 160 and it's a twin. You know, okay, so these are, I also wanted to say, I want to bold that, I want to say these are the comparables, the appraiser comparables, come on, appraiser used and why what I see as the issues are, or why the comps I have provided better support our value. Comp 1, 470 St. Mary Street. This is a twin that is much larger. Just don't see a need to use this comp. We have better, more reflective comps as noted above. $1,000 concession on credit, multiple offers, owner pays $200 a month for homeowners and flood insurance, central air has been replaced. I mean, I get it. I mean, this is, I see, you can, if you look at this comp, this sold for 160, and then you look at ours, you would say, okay, well, this is way bigger. And so the lender told me that the appraiser took away $9,000 in value from our subject property because of the size difference. My opinion, just don't use it. When you're, like, just don't use it. There's enough other data. If there was no other data, I might suggest using this comp. Throw it out. Throw it out. Comp 2 is 230 West Federal. Crap. 230 West Federal Row. 230 West Federal. Alright, so closed February, expired. What? This sold in October 2020 and the appraiser is using it? This is ridiculous. 230 West Federal Street. This sold in October 2020. Again, I just do not see a need to use this comp. We have better, more reflective, and more current comps to support our value. No one in this market is looking back a year like, I'm not even going to go into any more detail. I'm not even going to look at it. Why are we using a comp from October 2020? That's completely ridiculous. 6 Mitchell Court is the last one. Alright, Burlington, end of row, here we go, April. 143,800. No basement, at least. All right, 143,800. I mean, it's really close to 130. Ours is closer to the river. You know, I mean, no concessions. I mean, again, I'm going to say this sold 5 months ago. I mean, I see that the, all right, so comp free, 6 Mitchell Court. I can see why the appraiser would use this comp. However, it's pretty far from our subject, all things considered. Burlington, this location, and the location, this property is in close proximity to Route 130. That could have adversely affected the value, and I feel the other comps above, again, are better reflective of 215 Stacy Street's value. All right, let me know if this helps. And that's it. That's my email. That took me 41 minutes. I'm positive the listing agent didn't do this. I know for a fact the listing agent didn't do this. This is the difference. This is what sets you apart. Your clients will never appreciate you doing this, but your bank account will, because these are the type of things that will save a deal for you. This might not work. This might have been a waste of 42 minutes here. Maybe it'll buy us $20,000 in value. Let's look at that. Let's just say the seller was willing to go down to $145,000. Let's just objectively look at this. And the deal would have gone through without me doing this. Okay, let's say I represent the seller. In this case, we represent the buyer. So really, the listing agent should be the one doing this, but they never do. It always ends up coming on to us. I always feel like it goes that way. So the listing agent doesn't do this, so the deal's going to fall apart, so we did it. But let's say we represent the seller. We want to get them the most for their property, right? And let's say the seller says, I need to sell this thing. We'll just drop it to 145 and move on, and I'll leave 45,000 on the table. Okay, seller gets 145, we move on, whatever. But if you took the time to do this, the 42, 43 minutes now, an hour to do this, and let's say the appraiser comes back and says, okay, we'll give the property $20,000 in additional value. You just gave your seller another $20,000, and you earned yourself another $600 in commission. So an hour for $600? Yeah. If I did 3 of these and only 1 worked, still worth my hour. That's still $200 for an hour. So worth it for me. So hopefully this helps. I'm going to put this on YouTube. Or if you're watching this, it's on YouTube. I bet like 3 people will watch this whole thing. But there you go.